Check it. It's time to empower the women and educate the men. This is the calling that God has begun with two individuals he destined to win. So sit back, relax, maybe grab a snack as we speak some facts guaranteed to impact your life. Your destiny is God-given right. So listen up as we speak some truth to you, guaranteed to make sure you live your life to the fullness. Make sure you are winning, never quitting on yourself. Live your life to the fullness. Make sure you are winning, never quitting on yourself. What's up? We here. Yeah, a little different intro. Listen, we got started a little later than usual. You know, things happen. I think what happened was a great thing for me personally. We had just things happen. The family things happened, and it was a great thing. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but we here consistently. So today we're gonna freestyle this thing though. We're gonna freestyle a little bit. So we're gonna freestyle it. We call this Let's Talk. So go ahead, C, do your introduction.
Hey, I'm C, the Crack Factor. Morgan, your alignment coach.
And I'm King Harrison, the authentic coach. Let's go to the Father. Father God, we just thank you for the opportunity to present what we have to the people. And you're in it. And we thank you that you're in it. We yield our mouths and our intellect to you so that you can get the glory out of this show. And we always give you the glory, Father, because no matter what we do, we want to make sure that the people see you before they see us. And so on today's show, as we talk, Father, let things come out that need to come out. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Let's get it started. I got to adjust my chair because this thing low.
And that's something strong. That's something so strong you just said. What comes out will need to come out, even when we don't want it come out sometimes. As we always say, the dark comes to light and always shines through. And something you had said before, also in that same relevance to that, is, your reality of what you are, what you're doing in your current life right now. As you're talking about revival, what you're saying. And the thing with me is, in your life and what you're doing, what are you doing at this minute, and what comes out, how you allow yourself to be treated. How are you allowing your life to be led? Are you having a mask right now being led? Is, as we talked before, fear being led? Are you missing out, as we say, on opportunities at times? I think the part of, are you living or are you dying living? Some things that I know we spoke about before, which is very interesting. I think, just to recollect, we're almost mid-year right now, and where are we at with our so-called the New Year's resolutions or goals or our business dimensions? Where are we at? And I think it's a good time to reflect as it starts in the next quarter of things. We're in the beginning of May, and the year flew by.
Yes, the 5th month. Yeah, May. It's all good. Did you say revival? Right, what did you say?
Say again?
What did you say, revival? I was, since I didn't get to text people, I was texting them when we were on. So, because what'd you say?
Just like revival, what do you need to revive yourself?
Oh, in that I spoke on that last Wednesday. Wow, that's good. I spoke on that last Wednesday revival.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you right.
It's like, what do you need to revive yourself right now? What are things that we need to? And then some readings and things I've done is, we have to clean out our closets, because we can't just keep putting a board over our closet hoping that stuff that we won't want to deal with is going to stay in there. It's going to come off. It's going to, break out. It's going to break out. And it's going to reflect on how you're feeling inside. It's going to pour out outside. So what are some things that we need to do right now? Like I said, we're in almost mid-year. Are we getting down on ourselves and the fact of, are we where we wanted to be? How are we reflecting right now?
It's funny. The reason I'm running late is because I had a revival at my in-laws. house because we had to reveal things. Things was revealed, like things had came to the carpet that wasn't. And a lot of things I learned in that conversation that a lot of assumptions can really lead to deception, honestly.
Yes.
And I learned that. Oh, put that in a t-shirt. That just came to me. I ain't never heard that before in my life. But
I didn't know what you said.
yeah, assumptions can lead to deception. So make sure we write that down for our t-shirt line. Okay, so but I realized that, and then like I said, once you clear the air, you have such a, like you said, a revive. It's such a revival, a refreshness, a new of everything, and everything is out. And like you said, you got to clean your closet out because stuff will be revealed. And the funny thing is it's almost like, okay, I thought you knew that, and now I've
Right.
learned that some things you're gonna have to tell people for yourself, your own truths. My father had a great saying. He said, "Tell me your truth." I like that. And what he was saying basically is you got to tell your truth. Nobody can
Right.
tell your truth but you. And so I like that he said that because that has to do with revival. It's time for us to be true. We got to revive. Only the thing about it is a lot of people want to be new, but they don't want to tell the truth. And you can't
Right.
have it no other way. You can't have it both ways. You gotta tell the truth in order to be revived. Because the revival will come in the truth.
The whole
It's
truth.
the
Not
whole
half.
truth.
The
Not
whole
half truth.
truth.
Right. The whole truth. And like I'm reminded, and like the thing about it is I'm so just because of my life, what I went through in life, I'm so that guy that don't give up on nobody. I believe that life can happen for anybody. I don't care what state of mind you in. And like I say, even in Ezekiel 37, when he was talking about, when he asked him, can these bones live? And then he said, only you know, God. And he told him to speak to him. But even though he said, only you know God, God still told the man to speak, Ezekiel to speak to the bones. So it's like we in a living in life now that we have to be able to speak to dry things and tell them to live. But in the midst of them living, they have to come to a point to where they admit their truth. It's truth. It's so much power in the truth. You hear it all the time. The truth will set you free. The truth set you. But it's so much power in truth, though. Truth can heal. Tr-
Yes, that's the biggest thing, the
yeah,
healing. Because when you,
truth can
as
heal.
you're talking through things, and sometimes, like you said, assumptions lead to, deceptions. Our assumption builds a whole new quote unquote reality world.
Yeah,
That if it's not clear, that world is going to keep living and growing
yeah,
and building if
yeah.
it's not cleared. Hey, Andre.
Andre, what? Hey, Andre, let me know what you're doing today so we can hook up today. Can we hook up today, Andre? Well, I got you right here on live so people can see that I said Andre because Andre is in my city. So me and him got to hook up. Andre, what are you doing today so we can hook up today? I want to hook up today. Let's hook up today. So let me know what time we can hook up in the chat. So that way it can be in the world. They see that I reached out to you and I said, let's get up together today. If you deny me today, I tried. No,
You
no,
want
I'm just playing, Andre.
confirmation?
Serious. You can't do it today. That's good. We're going to get time. But if you can do it today, let me know a good time in the chat. We can hook up. Because, yeah, Andre is in the city. Andre is here. Blasting game. That's the man there, too, boy. I can't wait to hook up with Andre, though. Really, I can't. I'm looking forward to that.
He is a good
Yeah,
inspiration.
man, he is. He is.
Human being
He is
too.
selfless. He
Yeah.
is the definition of selfless. He does not mind putting you on the platform with you. That's fine. After 8 is fine. Wait a minute. I gotta ask my wife. I gotta ask my wife first. I said that was fine. I'm gonna ask my wife. Now it's on me now. Not a ball in my court.
See, he gave it back.
Okay, you gave it back to me. I got you. I'm gonna reach out to you and let you know. I'm gonna text you, let you know if that's cool or not. Um, but Andre is a selfless guy, man. He makes sure, and what he's doing right now. You see what he said. My kids compete. Andre not only makes sure he succeed, he makes sure those he train to succeed as well. And he is exposing his kids to stuff that they wouldn't be exposed to at that age, and without his training. Like he's really selfless about his platform, and he's well known. Like I said, y'all can Google that man. There go the name right there. Go Google him. You're gonna find out he's really well known, but he's such a selfless guy though. And I appreciate him being on our team. I'm so glad we work together. I promise you, glad we work together because he's helped me a lot. And we got something. We all got something in the works that's gonna help us all, especially with what we need to do as far as turning a profit in our business. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that talk. Yeah,
And working on with that he's over, he serves on the board of SOAR, Success Over and Beyond Reality, which he is actually we're all working on to actually help some top scholars in the organization, go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
So we need sponsors and we need people that can actually donate. I mean, as little as $35, every little bit helps. So we can help actually these scholars actually promote and give a chance of a lifetime to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So King will put that information, in the link or in down below, how you can actually contribute to help out. And it's a
Right.
cause. I mean, these kids are getting opportunities. They're smart. They're being their own entrepreneurs. Some of them have businesses already going together. They have business plans going right now. So giving back and, like you said, being selfless and participating in someone else's success as you pay it forward, it will come back to you too. So that is something that I do want people to actually give if you
Right.
can. Also, sponsors are also needed too. And they have the sponsoring package, which you can do. What will you get if you sponsor? So it's basically just giving from your heart that you can help someone else succeed and pay it forward.
Yeah, because their goal is $40,000, so they can make it
45.
45,000. Sorry, I
Yep.
left out five.
And then right now, I think it's about 4,500 right now. I think has
Right. So yeah, they
been
ten
raised in
percent
the
there.
last couple of days.
Yeah, they got 90% to go, so it's about 45,000. And like I said, we if not on that, we'll put the link on with this show, and we'll going forward. We're gonna always put the link so y'all can see it. So, because like I said, it is what he's doing is great. Like I said, he's so selfless, man. I mean, dude is he the truth, man. He's really about people, and
Important to the youth. That is the
that
important
is yeah. He's pointing
part.
to the youth.
Important to the
That
youth.
great
With his
investment.
gifts and his uniqueness and everything that has been poured inside him, he is pouring it out exponentially to the youth.
Yes, he is. Like I say, and he didn't expect us to do this, so he didn't
No, he
pay us to do
didn't.
this. He didn't expect this is a totally catching him off guard, but it pays to be connected to one another. It does. Yeah, it is. Giving is more rewarding.
Yep. Sponsor a
And that's
scholar.
another thing. Inner city kids. I forgot that he is working with inner city kids, making sure they can see more than what they're around. So that's good. Like I say, Andre is having his own type of revival. See, people don't
Mhm.
understand, man. Revival. This is the revival season. Like really, it's time to do stuff new. It's time to get the truth out. Man, it's gonna really empower you to have the truth. A lot of times, and we say this a lot. What happens with truth is most people don't tell their truth because they're ashamed of their truth. Stop being ashamed of your truth. Because a lot of things happen to you didn't happen because you wanted to, and give it. Even some stuff you did, but still, either way, you're better now than you were then, and you have
And
grown.
acknowledging that, like you say, in that world, what I was saying, the world of assumptions lead to the deceptions. We guard ourselves in that world too. Like you gave a good example of saying being ashamed.
Yeah,
So you're going to still protect yourself, even though you may have made a wrong decision. You may have done something that you would not know of. And a lot of times too, we have to remember that what we're so accustomed to, we may be sitting there trying to break a habit. We may be sitting there working on a growth within ourselves. I mean, I myself actually, speaking with my daughter, I have to. She gave me some great insight on how things that I need to change and how I need to further do different things. For example, it would be a trigger that something that happened to me. Basically like how I was treated and what treatment I allowed. I have to act. She's working with me, and she's great too. She is so wonderful. She's basically in behavioral therapy herself, and like we said, we always need to take insight from someone else's perspective. We do have to understand it. But she's helping me. Something that I have always done. I go into protection mode at sometimes, and yes, at times I will block you out. I will not hear what you're trying to say because a lot of times, as I'm going through all of it, I'm at the same time when I already did the action, I'm like, okay, why did I even do this? Why did I react that way? So at the same time, while I'm trying to stay in the current conversation, I am reflecting of what I'm trying to figure out what triggered this. So I'm half in and half out of trying to figure out what's going on simultaneously. And then I was like, and something you said is Shane. I'm like, dang it. I was supposed to be working on that. Now I messed up again, and it's really not a mess up, but that's how I feel. I messed
yeah,
up again trying to rectify, correct, and develop a habit that I wanna break. That especially that
yeah,
protection mode
yeah,
that comes in with feeling something is actually being taken from me. And that root of that came from when I was homeless. everything was taken. So automatically I went into protection mode, which is, it's not incorrect. It's incorrect how I responded to that. But like I said, at the same time, I'm trying to reflect and like, dang it, I messed up again. So I have to take accountability for that. I have to say, yeah, this is something I'm working on. It's a work in progress. I have to apologize and say, yes, I was wrong for this. This is how I said it, but I need to, what something that goes with me too is I need my perception and me being heard. When you start to feel like your voice is not being heard or your side or an understanding, that actually generates something else too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and it goes with some of these traumas that we have and some things, when we start to feel we're not being heard or understood, or we're trying, or we're shameful and like we know we messed up but we don't want to admit it at the moment, emotions may rise, you
Yeah.
may shut down, and those
Yeah.
are some things we have to realize and come back, and whoever the conversation was with, you have to go back and you have to rectify, you have to clarify, because now you left that person with assumptions right
Yeah.
now. And if
Yeah.
you don't listen and you don't want, you want to keep like only you're right, but you, it's not a right or wrong, you both have your own perception of what took place, like you said, an
Right.
understanding what you said. And it can be a deception in a sense of, because you didn't get clarity for that, or you don't want to own up to some accountability of what occurred, or maybe just the point of, let's see how we can come to a common ground right now. But you
Right.
need both.
You do.
And sometimes, and it's great that you said that you and your father-in-law had a conversation, but it took both of you to be neutral, to
Right.
hear
Right.
each other and understand each other. And those are some things that, how they say, many communicate but few connect, especially what John Maxwell teaches. And this is so intricate when we're having communications and talking, quote unquote talking. You have to talk with, not at somebody. Those are, people get confused too. Or they say, I told you.
Uh,
That's defensive to some people. I told you. And it is all how we pick and choose the words that we say, but that clarity and that reality and looking to revive ourselves, because there's pieces of us that we may want back. Things that I'm remembering and going through is like, what other things brought me more joy versus what my challenges are right now. I have to find that balance between that. I had a conversation with someone else also, of walking into a house that they just purchased, and it's in a beautiful area. Outside it's beautiful, it has a beach and everything, but the thing is, they love outside. So I was working with her to say, what in that house maybe look back is maybe triggering or bringing that feeling that you have, that is something in your subconscious mind is generating this memory, because as we say, the subconscious mind is the root of a lot of things, it
yeah.
sticks there.
Yeah.
So it was something, it was a bad memory, not a good feeling, that actually was embedded and rooted in her mind, because the landscape of the house she just bought didn't realize it was similar, familiar, as we like to say, in things that are familiar. It was familiar to the house she just bought, and it wasn't even realized.
Mm.
And those are the things, like how we are in life. There are certain things that will trigger, and we're not even paying attention to that. So we do have to go back. And so in the Let's Talk and Reviving, let's revive some of that healing, like you said, that clarity, those deceptions, those assumptions that we have. Are those assumptions to protect us? But are they protecting us for the right reason? Are they protecting us from our shame? Are they protecting us from being hurt? What protection is it being for? Because sometimes that's not always correct with some of that. Hey, Carlton.
Yeah, that's called that's our other giant. That's selfless. That's a Olympian
That's
right
our
there.
health,
So, yeah,
our
that's
health
our
and
health
being.
side. We like I said, we hit all aspects of your life, man. With our coaches, our team, we hit spiritual, emotional, physical. We hit it all. We hit it. We hit it every aspect, and that's our physical part. That's our coach right there. That's for him. That's Carlton.
And
Carlton
that's the
fit
thing
grandpa.
too. Yes, the fit grandpa.
The
Yes,
fit grandpa Meadows. That's who that is. Yeah.
gold
So
medalist fit grandpa.
yeah. So what's up, Carlton? Good to see you here. Let's go back to what you saying. And Carlton said that conversations to communicate to resolve conflict, and a lot of times that's what has happened. We don't know how to have conversations. But another key part you said, but you got to be willing to listen to the other person. communication is key. It's about I learned something in the marriage retreat. Oh, we just said, and yes, we and my wife just celebrated 1 year this past Saturday, 1 year anniversary, and we was at a
Yes.
marriage retreat, which was
Congratulations.
wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Was wonderful, wonderful marriage retreat. One thing that one person said was to communicate to where you cause no harm, little as harm as possible. I took that from it, and I'm like, oh, they psychologists. That's a psychology statement. So, but yeah, that's great though. You need to be able to communicate to people with people, and be in a point to both parties have to be mutually open to hear. Thank you, Carlton. We have to be mutually open to hear. You do, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to resolve the conflict. You have to be open, and a lot of times, again, the truth I heard the people say the truth hurts. I heard that, and me and she go back and forth on this. When she agree with that, I don't. But we go back and forth. I believe the truth.
It has a different trigger. Like we said, it has a different root when the truth hurts, because it's a self-reflection of us.
Yeah.
It does hurt. Like the example I just gave you.
There you go. You're teaching them to run from truth. You're teaching them to run.
No, I'm not. No, because I just gave me as example. A truth is dealing with my daughter, with me relapsing on something I'm working on. I felt I messed up, and the truth is, dang it, I messed up. But it's just how I'm responding to that. It's something I do not like, because going into protection mode, because it's like I want everybody taken care of, especially me. But the truth, the root is, I can't say, oh, you did this to me. No, I did this to you.
I don't have a definition. I don't have a definition of hurt what I need to have it, but I need to. I want y'all to look up the definition of hurt, and you're gonna see.
It does come with the healing. The
truth heals, man. The truth. We gotta get to that mindset. The truth is healing, because for so long we heard the truth hurt, that people literally run away from truth because what? They don't want to be hurt. That's what they do. They look at it.
In that mindset, yeah. The truth to me, okay, for me, hearing truth hurts means the healing. The truth hurts because it's releasing things, acknowledging of, you need to acknowledge and take accountability for this, because this is the only way you're going to be able to heal. That's how I'm saying. That's how
the truth hurts. Heals then. So let's say the truth heals.
The hurt goes to healing. So,
What's up, Shelton? There go my little brother there, Pastor Shelton Clay. The truth heals. Let's stick with that. The truth heals. Because that's what we need. Because if you keep telling people, especially somebody from a traumatic experience and they experience trauma in their life, you keep saying the truth hurt, they're going to run from truth. And then they're going to always have that mindset, the truth is going to hurt me. And the truth, and it's been embedded into them, that the truth hurts. And so they won't express themselves. They won't express their truth. They won't reveal their truth because they're afraid, oh, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. But actually it's going to heal you. The truth is going to heal you. When you start speaking your truth, and you start speaking it, you will start seeing the healing process take place. Because in order to, and I share with this, for me to have healed the way I've healed, I had to deal with my traumatic experiences. I had to deal with the trauma in my life. I had to face it. And it ain't that it hurt me, it's the fact that it healed me when I faced it. When I faced it, I started the healing process. Now, was it some things that was uncomfortable? I would give you truth is uncomfortable. I would give you that all day. Yes, the truth is uncomfortable because now you're revealing some things that you really necessarily didn't want to reveal, and some things that you decide. Right.
That's the other part. You gotta be vulnerable now.
Yeah, you got to be vulnerable. So it is uncomfortable, but I cannot say, because like I said, I look up the definition of hurt. It don't match. So I would say the truth heals. The truth makes me uncomfortable. The truth is revealing. The truth is powerful. I would go with all of those analogies for truth, but I would never go with truth hurt ever again, because you don't want to hinder people from telling their truth. And I believe whenever you say that the truth hurt, it hinders people from telling their truth, because nobody wants to be hurt, physically hurt. That's what hurt is, a physically thing. So anyway, but in revival though, revive, like I said, that's the root word, revive, live again, revivere, Latin word. So when you live again, it's okay. That's great news. You can live again. That mean when you hear that mean, okay, it's not necessarily over. So you may have made that mistake. You may have fallen short. You may have caused some things that you self-inflicted, but guess what? You can live again. because
Right.
you bounce back from it. And like I say, this is a generation of the man. They can bounce back, man. They resilient, and you have to be resilient in this day and time. Resiliency will keep you ahead of the game for real. You
But true
have to be that
resiliency though,
true
because
resilience.
some people bounce back, but you just don't acknowledge, you suppress the emotion, you
You're
suppress
right.
the
You're
feeling.
correct.
So it has to be true resiliency. I understand, like at the time and moment, we can be feeling like crap and upset, but we have to go put a smile on our face
Yeah.
for somebody. That is not resiliency. It is moving forward, but working through what's actually going on the inside when you're saying to bounce back.
Right. So I like this too. I like this too about because, like I said, I was because I didn't know you was gonna go here, but since we're here, we're gonna talk. I like this about revival. I like when people we talk about reviving. I like the fact that again, the new part. Things can be new. You can
Yes, and
complete
okay.
something. You can complete something, then start something new. Listen, we never look at complete like this. And I'm about to show you something. This is gonna probably shake a few of your minds up, and you're gonna go against your psychology thinking in a minute. But do you know you can complete being in a bad situation? It's completed once you walk away from it. You completed it, and so therefore now you start something new, and the new thing could be something better for you. But you completed that bad situation. A lot of times we don't complete the bad situation. We keep letting the bad situation linger and linger and linger and linger.
Or
When we
reoccur in
or
another
reoccur
next
or reoccur.
relationship.
Now, again, I think it's because it's linger because you didn't complete it.
Correct.
You allowed it
Yep.
to follow over into the new thing, and so we had to get to a point in our life where we complete all the negative things in our life. We complete it, bring it into it. Because whenever you complete something, that means you're brought into it. And so
Yep.
now you can start something new, revive. So that dead thing is done and you move on into something new. And like I say, we got to get to a point to where we complete the negative things in our life. We don't need it. We don't have to have it, actually. You don't have it. You know what I hate hearing people say, and I was guilty of this myself. When there was something good going for them, they'd be like, okay, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop.
Right. You
Why?
just you just put it onto the
Yeah,
world. You
yeah,
just
you
put in
just really,
time in the
literally. Yeah,
world. Yeah, you
yeah.
did.
It's like because your life was so bad for you so much, you really expect that you have to struggle all your life. And it be the listen, I'm not saying you're not gonna go through process, but let's get out that mindset to think that everything bad has to happen to you when something good. Something bad has to happen because something good has happened. They don't have to be. It does not have to be. You can literally live a life where you go through process. When I say process, that means whatever you're trying to accomplish is process to get to it. You have to go through a series of tests, but then you go through that process to make you better. That's different. You don't have to struggle. That I don't agree with. You don't have to struggle. You really don't. You don't
Mhm.
have to accept struggle for your life. You
Right.
don't. And that's something you have to really get out of that mindset to feel like, okay, if something good coming, okay, oh, the shoe gonna drop because it's always happened to me. Whenever I get something good in my life, then something always come and take it away. Stop putting that in the atmosphere. Words
Right.
have you have the power of life and death in your tongue. That's
And that has so much power. So, and if you say something, just hurry up and fix it. Say
yeah.
something,
I speak crop
reprogram it
failure to my
quickly.
words all the time that is wrong. I speak crop failure to that in Jesus' name. I sowed that seed. I wish it die. I
Yeah.
just have to do it. So, but you got to get to a point to where you don't self sabotage yourself. Stop doing it, please,
That is
because you.
something I had to work on. Actually, you're saying self-sabotage. That is something because I read on that, looked at the research with that. It becomes a coping mechanism and a
Uh
defense
huh.
mechanism.
Yep.
And a lot of times you don't even know you're actually doing it. It can come when we speak in relationships or even at business. Like
Yeah.
you said, when things are going so well, now you go looking for
Right.
something to happen or just something minimal, a bump in the road, or it could be a conflict. And it's like you say, "Oh, I knew it." That's your reason for which you give that life. You
Right.
give that validation of your thought when actually that's not correct. It's just something. It's a happenstance. It
Right.
just happened to come with that thought, but you produced it because you're waiting for something to happen. But now is this something that I need to actually respond to the correct way because so long I have been responding to it in the incorrect way. As we
Correct.
said, things we need to work on. Those things will continue to show up. especially when you sit and say you're at work and you want permission, or excuse me, a promotion, and you want to go further. Now you got the opportunity handed to you for a promotion. Now you're scared, but you've been wanting it, you've been speaking it, you feel you deserve it. Now you're giving it. So then you actually like, oh no, I can't do this, because you find all the excuses in the world why you can't accept the promotion, but you're actually just scared. Or you may even feel you can't fill the shoes of maybe that position completely. But however, take the growth mindset of, this is an opportunity. I may not know everything, but everyone's put in these positions do not know everything, because we all work in a different way.
Exactly.
We actually thrive and move. We have our own unique talents
Yeah.
and gifts that can we add to that position. So don't worry about the person before you, how they did it. I mean, some standard policy and procedures, those are guidelines. But
Right.
however, you can maybe have the way to implement new procedures that will affect the culture of the business, the culture of the environment, or even in your own relationships. It's how we responding, to some of those. So again, some of those assumptions and lead to deception, leads actually to some self-sabotage also. So those are key things to think about when we're moving and we're reviving and trying to do things differently. And I'm not gonna say trying, you are, because if you keep going through and finding a different process didn't work, let me try this resolution for it. Let me find this one. As long as you keep moving, you're going to continue to grow no matter what happens, because it's something you learned that you didn't know. You just
Yeah.
know now this don't work. So you're actually strengthening your mind with repetition, with critical thinking, what you're doing also to say, I can be successful. I am successful, even though if it doesn't go as I envisioned it or planned it, but you can make steps to maybe get to that plan, especially if you lay it out.
Right.
These are the things I need to do. This is what I need to relook at. I need to review right now. Review is to revive, and something you said too, King, about something being old. You can revive something old in the sense to make it better, like they do with
Make it
inventions
better.
right now.
Right. Make it better.
Right. They take inventions and just add something to it. So you're just that person that's just adding something to it to make it better. Maybe that the system that, as we do with our defense mechanisms, as of how we sabotage ourselves, we have a system in place, but how are we going to work that system? Are we going to work it to our demise? Are we going to work it to our life? Are we going to accept some things? Maybe we need help with it. This isn't our strong suit right now.
Right.
This is my strong. I need to, have someone else help me with that. Finding that someone and trusting that person to actually help you and have that mindset as you. We don't always want people who we are, how we alike, as we talked about, before, the ways our different behavior styles, our attributes, and our values. We need some
I'm glad you
diversity.
brought that up. That's what I was
Mhm.
going to go to. The disc. I was going to go to the disc though, not the
Yeah.
values of the attribute.
Mhm.
That's deeper. I just want to start with our foundation of what we always use. The disc, like you was saying about the person. If the disc assessment, it just show you that even though we operate in all four, we operate in all four different ways.
Correct.
One is stronger than the other three, or two could be the same, but we all have a different operation that this says. I'm gonna start pushing that even more, especially since now that I have a psychology background with it. Now it's different. Now I see it totally different. And what you say?
You were immersed in details.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
more than you.
I'm versed in details now. I'm become a little different than what we first initially learned. But now that we got certified in it, but no shade, no shade, no shade. But the disc though, it shows you how to operate, how the person will operate, and who you are. And so when you go, like, no two leaders are going to be the same. It's just
Correct.
not going to happen. They are going to have their own variety of their own stuff. And the thing about it is, you have to be strong in your truth. You have to be strong in your identity. Listen, but just because somebody else, I knew you was going to say that. Just because somebody else say, just because you come behind somebody else that may have been leading in the area that now you took over, I agree with C when she say get the standards of operations of how they was what they did. I agree with that to a point, but but the end of it all, you're gonna lead different regardless. You're gonna be your
You're
own
gonna
leader.
add your
You
you're gonna add your secret
your
sauce to it.
style, your signature,
You're
your
gonna add
style,
to it.
your authentic self. You're going to be your authentic self. And I want you all to be strong in your authentic self, because you cannot be me or C. I can't be Carlton. I can't run in the Olympics. That's not me. But I can get in shape though. And I'm okay where I get in shape at. I can't be Andre. I can't cook these massive meals and chefs and then had a little
Oh
wipe
yeah,
the table and
phenomenal. Yes.
have all that going. But I can cook though, and I'm good where I'm at, where I cook at. And the thing about it is, they can't be king. They can't, but they be strong in who they are when they reach people. And you have to be confident in who you are. If you start being trying to copy somebody or trying to mimic somebody, you are shortchanging the world of your very authentic self. And you actually are causing a life not to get to their destination that they need to get to because you're trying to be somebody else. So you got to be strong in who you are. Now the DISC, that's why I say that. And we ain't talked about this in a long time. And so the DISC assessment does help you out with that. It does give you a kind of look under the hood of who you are. And then we got values and attributes that give you a deeper look, that give you a diagnostics of, if you will, of yourself. But this is where we always start. And a lot of times, and like I said, reach out to us if you want to take it. I'll send it to you. And like I say, I know I ain't supposed to, but I'll send it to you. It's just for some reason we going this way. I'm going to stay here though. It's going to bless us, I guess.
It ties all in.
It ties all in. But the DISC assessment though.
Why you do what you do, how you do.
Right. How you do, how people see you, how you communicate, how you want to be communicated to. It goes in there. But like I said, I have a different approach to it now. I see that and I can use that, but I promise you, it's going to help. It will help you really understand yourself better and really understand, okay, this is why when they said that to me, I responded that way. It literally will help you see it inside of yourself. So I put this out here. If you want that assessment, reach out to me or reach out to C and let us know you want that assessment. I'll email it to you. But you gotta let me know. And you gotta let me know what show you watch so I know who's telling me. Cause I ain't other than that, I'm gonna charge you what we charge. But just let me know. Right now I'm giving it as a gift. But let me know if you want that assessment, because like I said, and then I will even go over with you, which is also I'm gonna do that for free. But then out of that, though, it's cost you. It's just being honest, it comes with a cost. But I gotta be honest. So I'm just wanting people to understand, and I think really I didn't think about this until, like I said, until I started taking the psychology. I really believe people need a DISC assessment just to even see the foundation of who they are, so they can get a grasp or start picking up who they are. I knew your butt was gonna say that. I see. I got you, G. I got you. I'll send it to you.
And you may say that you've already taken it and you've taken maybe the Myers-Briggs or some other ones that are out there, but it still doesn't hurt to see where you are depending on how long you have taken it. Or another part is aspect to it, as you say, is how were you debriefed on it? Were you just taking it? Do you
That's
understand
a good thing,
the breakdown on that? How does this relate to you? How can it impact to you? This debrief can help you with that and where you want to go, depending on, like I said, who helped you with that, or did you just take this out? Yes, there is a free version, but that free version is not always that deep. Sometimes it doesn't give you that debrief for that person who actually has been trained in it, who actually can give you some guidance, to give you some tips on maybe try this, maybe try that.
I promise you, you're not gonna get a debrief like no other if I give it to you, because I'm gonna hit you in the head with it. I'm gonna make it real plain for you. Now, C is gonna I'm gonna give y'all a choice. C is gonna give you the, like she called, the alignment coach. She's a chiropractor. She's gonna align stuff with you. I'm gonna give you authentic and call you out, tell you what it is, straight up. Now, Carlton got an approach how he does it. Andre has an approach how he does it. But like I said, one thing about it is, I bet you this, you will never get it told to you like this group of people that are coaches that we have. We serious about it. Because one thing we want you to do is be successful. Off top, that's our goal. We build people. That's it. That's all we're going to do is build people. We love people. We're going to build people. So that's what you're going to do. What you pay See, there you go. They go Carlton in the chat telling y'all what they going to do. See, there you go. But we won't. The thing about it is, let me say this about it. We all got certified in it. All of us. And how that came about was a blessing, because we didn't get charged what they normally would charge. And it was a blessing that we got. And now we have a relationship with the very people who certified us, who actually created the inner metrics. So we just trying to make sure as they gave, we give. And I'm going to send yours, G, as soon as I find it. I'm looking now. C. Morgan might have to send it to you. But I'm going to send it to you, G. No, I am. I'm going to send it to you. But this reason, like I said, this is why I want to get back to what I was saying. This can be the very start of you understanding who you are, your authentic self. The DISC assessment, because it's gonna call you out, and when you do take it, please make sure you take it in a quiet spot. And it's easy. It's very easy. All you're doing is putting things in order from least to greatest. That's all. Well, greatest to least, and that's all you're doing. You're gonna put things in order. It's about 10. I think they're gonna change it. About 12 questions. It don't take long at all,
Okay,
actually.
12, 15. But you need to take it, when you take it, you need to, whatever comes first, you need to do, not sit and ponder on it. It should take you no more than 15 minutes.
Correct, Carlton.
Actually completing it.
Yeah, that's correct, Carlton. We can't sit. It's difficult to assist people when we don't know where you are. That's why we give you the DISC. I'm not. You can't. I mean, like, doctors ask y'all questions, and they like, okay, well, why? What brings you in today? You say my head hurt and I've been coughing, and you say all that stuff, and then they give you a diagnosis. We give you the DISC assessment. We give you the DISC assessment. It's gonna tell us everything we need to know, and that's how we assist you. There you go again.
Hey, Christy.
I can't say that online. I have to say it offline. I'm about to say it.
But in that sense, I would say with the DISC, it does start with the tip of the iceberg, because there are so
Yep.
many different levels of the DISC that it can, and there's other tools that we also use, and we collaborate actually together with as coaches, because we have our different strengths, we have our different geniuses that we have and what we do well. So it's well rounding you in that sense. But the one key intricate thing I would say is you have to have that open mind if you want worked with, if you want to do something differently. We can just give you things, suggestions, and answer some questions for you, but it's up to you what the next step you want to take or how you want to use the information.
Genius. I like that you use genius.
Mhm.
Listen, this is the thing about it. How y'all measure genius in school is not correct. Because what it was a broad stroke. Just because you don't know math don't mean you're not a genius. She's Latoya say, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
just because you're not good at math don't mean you're not a genius. That's just not your strength. And you don't. And what thing about it? How we don't measure your geniuses off of your weaknesses. We measure it off your strength and how well you
Exactly,
use your strength.
development areas
Yeah. So
is
okay,
what I because we all have areas we all have areas that we need to strengthen, and looking at it as a whole, we have all of them in us. It's just when we adapt to use them and how we do them naturally, which actually will further explain some of the things, like we said, why you do, how you do, in a certain environments too. So it gives
right.
you a broad view, but it's still enough to give you actually a foundation to you can start building with your bricks, and moving forward. It's just
And
like we said, it's giving you that.
and it helps your organization. So whatever organization you in, if you have different multiple people in, this help your organization. Because then you'll
Like
learn
you
how to
really
deal, communicate, how that person is, where that person fit. Because if you have a person, and then you have to get this. So I'm not going to tell you everything. You got to reach out. If you have a person that's a dominant person, and you have them in a supportive role, you go.
well, support
you ask you asking for problems. I just say
Well,
that.
it can be supportive role. Depends what type of role in the
Them jokers
organization.
gonna take over.
Well,
Like,
if it's in sales, dominant is great with sales. Dominant influence is great with sales. So it
yeah,
depends on the department where they're at. They make those quick, decisive decisions sometimes, but as we said before, they see the full picture. They don't always see the details. And this is where
nope.
teamwork comes in, and that aligning people in your organization where they need to be and how to best use those to get to your objectives, to meet your achievements, to meet your dimension goals that you have for the year. Like I said, we're halfway into the year. Where are you at in your business?
Yeah, and then too, like I said, and then also necessarily you don't want to have a leader that's a supportive person that's gonna not be right at all. It's gonna be
Well, it depends again in the industry.
you giving them
That's
too
just
much. You
it.
giving them
It
too much. I'm
depends.
just trying to tickle them in and make them go get the dish. You trying to tell them
Like,
we not giving them everything. We just want to give them
no, we're
something
not.
so they
We're
can.
being fair, though. We're being fair. Every style is a leader within their own lane.
How we didn't then we'll tell you how though, but you got to reach out. You got to reach out.
Yeah.
Now the values is more to the this. Is then you got the values and then you're right. Okay, Carlton, listen, UNC will y'all stop it. I'm just trying to get the people to reach out to y'all trying to give them all of it. We're not giving them everything right now. We done talked about this. We just give them a little bit to make them come see what we talking about. But in all, though, seriously though, this will help you out your organization. It's so much more values and attributes, which we also had that too. But that's a whole. We start with the this first though, and the values and attributes that does come with a cost. So the this we trying to give it to you. Like, so reach out to us. I'm serious. I'm so serious about this. I really want people to know where you at and what better
And
way.
it goes into all aspects. I mean, it works in your personal, it works in your
Yes.
business. It's the root of you. Why wouldn't you want to know who you are, where you are? You know, when we say
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times, just be you. Just be
Yes.
your own, as he says, authentic self. It helps you bring that out because maybe that's missing somewhere and you need to revive it again. Maybe we have some assumptions that we made to some deceptions that we made into self-sabotage. Maybe we just need to re-clarify. We need to rectify some of these and move forward. So it's just the less talk that you do with yourself in the
Yeah.
mirror that you have, in the business and where you are, that will actually motivate and take you to other places where you need to go.
Right. And again, we can't stress this enough. You have to be, when you take it, you have to be in a quiet space. Really, literally. Don't take
No
it.
distractions.
No distractions. You know, you need no distractions. You need to think when you're taking a test. And again, we keep telling you, be you, be you, be you. Now we're supposed to give you an example of how to be you. We're gonna give you the answer. We're gonna give you the cheat sheet, as you will.
Right.
We're gonna show you who you really are. We're gonna show you. So if you like, again, reach out. You gotta reach out to me because closed mouth don't get fed. So I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you don't say, "Hey King, could you send me the this assessment?" I'm not gonna send it to you. I don't read minds. I know. I read who I am.
Right. Hey, Rosie.
See what you got your whole team coming on all of a sudden? These
This
people
is
ain't
part
never been on the darn podcast. No.
actually, this is what SOAR, the organization we were speaking with,
Oh,
that
sore.
we're helping. Yeah,
Oh,
helping
sore. Okay.
with
All
youth.
right. Oh,
Right.
they on here. Andre must
Phenomenal,
talk. I'm gonna tell
phenomenal
you what
group.
happened. Andre done told him to get on. That's what that happened. We already know what that happened. Andre. But listen,
It's a
though,
phenomenal group, though.
yeah, Soar is phenomenal. We can't speak more of it. I'm telling you, Soar's. I had the opportunity to drive some of them to pick them up from the airport. Like I say, wonderful organization. Like I said,
Mm.
what they're doing with Soar is for real. It's the truth.
And
It's the
those are
truth.
the ladies,
Not
Miss
and like I say,
Rosie.
Andre ain't pay us to say this. We saying this because we believe in who Andre is as a person, and in anything he's attached to, I guarantee you, is something that's going to be something you want to look into and support. And we're going here on out. Like I said, they're trying to raise $45,000, and we want people to give. We're gonna make sure we put the link in so that y'all can give and contribute to that, because like I said, you helping inner city kids change their
Yes.
mindset. You helping them change their mindset. You really are, because
And the group, they give tirelessly. They work day and night. They really are pouring into the youth and helping them build more. And
right.
it's a nonprofit program, and they're doing so much and giving so many opportunities for the youth, actually, with the internship and things of that nature
Correct.
too. As we said, we're speaking, it's teaching, and it's not just the time that they're with it. They treat them like a family. They're in it for the rest of their life. They can always come back as they grow into an adult and rely on their sources of SOAR to give them back and guide them.
Right.
We learn from them and they learn from us. It's such a great reciprocated relationship, learning from the youth, and then they learn from us.
Right. And KG, I'm glad you said it. Make it cool 50,000, because I'm gonna reach out to you and Shelton to make sure y'all sow into this group.
Right.
Because y'all, it's something y'all should sow into for real. It's really something you should sow into. Because like I
and
said,
it's nationwide too. For that, it's
right.
not just in the area; it's nationwide for all youth everywhere that can pour in and take advantage of learning.
And you and Shelton both like youth, so y'all may can create a chapter in y'all area. So yeah, so like I said, it's for real. Hey, look, this is what we're about, man. We really about building people, and then what better investment to make is into the youth. Like, how I see it is this: if you invest into the youth right now, you setting up a stage for your grandkids to be in the good hands. So Because honestly, the youth right now are going to be the ones that are going to be making decisions for your grandkids.
We call them change agents. World changers, change agents, what we call them.
Yeah, just so let's just make this happen for them. I know we got to that point. And also, if you want this, I'm going to say this one more time. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you do not reach out to me and say, I want this, I'm not going to send it to you. I'm not going to, listen, yes, I'm gifted, highly anointed. Yes, I can see prophetic. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to read your mind as far as this go. I said what I said about reaching out to me. Again, you got to understand this. You don't understand this. This actually costs. We charge people for this. But I'm telling you, if you reach out to me, I'm going to help you know who you are. We good. I'm going to help you know who we are. We Grego. I'm going to help you know who you are. So that way, when I say know who you are, you know who you are. And this is 1-2 that's going to help you know who you are. It's going to get you started at least. And we can build on that. We literally can build on that. So, all right. I'm so glad everybody showed up. Please like, share, comment, like y'all been doing. What is it? What is the other thing they be saying on these podcasts that I don't
like, share, subscribe.
Oh, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe. Which I can care less. But subscribe. I just want you to share. The most important thing I want you to do is share. Because
somebody that may need it,
somebody else may need this.
That's most important.
I'm telling you need to share this one because I know for a fact, somebody need that DISC assessment. That's off top. We know that. So share this one. And like I said, I'm so glad y'all came to our spontaneous podcast that we did today.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, everybody.
We thank you all for real for showing up, and we're gonna get up out of here. And as I always say, if all hearts and minds are satisfied, the benediction. Let's go to the Father. Father, I thank you right now for every single person that watched this podcast tonight. Father, I pray Psalms 91 over their life. I pray that no evil shall befall them. No plague shall come to their dwelling, that 1,000 may fall at their side, 10,000 at their right, but only with their eyes would they witness destruction. I thank you for the angels encamped around about them. And I thank you most importantly that they abide under the shadow of your wing. Father, I thank you that no weapon formed against them will prosper. Every tongue that rises up against them shall fail. And Father, I plead the blood of Jesus over them right now. And Father, we thank you for this time that you have set aside for us to empower the people and to educate the people, Father, and that they will be even better after hearing this podcast, and that their life will be in a true trajectory of their authentic self. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.